Okay, so here's today's check-in. And this is what I was talking about with the plants beginning to grow out of control. As you can see, that dill is all over the lights. And the dill needs to be trimmed back. And so if I put this in, you can see that that light deck is about 6 inches or so. And the dill is well over that. The basil is about 5 inches. And this basil over here is about 4 inches. And the thyme is almost to the light deck, which is about 5 inches. And I'm going to do some trimming so that you can see exactly what we're talking about as far as keeping these plants under control so that they don't overwhelm everything else inside the system. Okay, so now you can see there's this major difference between what I showed you originally and what I have now. And so the reason that we do this is actually to protect the health and welfare of the plants. So that dill was so tall that it was growing into the lights and growing over the other plants. The same thing here with the basil. We had to cut some down so that's not interfering with the other plants, like the poor little parsley over here. And we had to do a little bit of trimming out of the thyme because it's growing into the parsley area. And this basil was actually its own worst enemy. Now, I might have been a little bit heavy on this. We'll find out in a couple of days if he can actually recover. You only ever want to take about 30% of a plant at one time. And this little stalk I was a little bit more aggressive on. But so as you can see, they're now back under control. And while it looks like I was really mean to that dill, do you see all that dark greenery there in the center? He's going to be highly aggressive and he's going to be back to the height that he was about tomorrow. And as it is, I probably should have been a little bit more aggressive even on this basil in the back, and probably even more aggressive on the thyme. Now, why do I want to be so aggressive to these guys? Well, what we're trying to do is prevent some of this. Do you see that? Right there, it's crispy, it's curled. That's because the lights cooked it. And so this is one of the basil leaves that I pulled off. And you can see he is huge. So the plants left themselves will grow very, very big very, very quickly. That's the nice benefit of these systems. But they also have to be kept under control. And if we look at this ruler, you can see that particular frond is over 7 inches on a setup that right now is set at 6. So there's today, and I will check in with you tomorrow, and you'll get to see just how well they bounced back.